Jennings and Jared Perkins, a Prospects Live podcast for everything MLB Draft related. Join us as we discuss the biggest stories from college and high school baseball, bring you interviews from your favorite draft prospects and college coaches, and break down live looks for Prospects Live analysis across the nation. Get ready, because you're on a clock with Tyler Jennings and Jared Perkins.
Alrighty, welcome to another episode of On the Clock. On the Clock is presented by Jaw Bats. Jaw Bats provides the highest quality ash and maple, handcrafted, fully custom bats, apparel, accessories, and more. Click the link below and enter the code OTC10 at checkout to get a 10% discount on your first order. All right, we have an awesome guest with us today. We have Brendan Summerhill out of the University of Arizona. Brendan, how are you doing today, man?
Doing great. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you on. The first question we always ask guys, and just kind of kick things off, take us through your amateur journey through baseball, kind of how you've gotten to where you are today.
For sure. So I think I would say I started playing travel ball like really competitively at 13. I went to Cooperstown at 12 when I was 12, and that's when I realized like I really wanted to keep playing. Mm-hmm. Got to 13, 14 are kind of the same for a lot of people. It's an adjustment year. Like people are starting to grow, people have hit puberty. And then once I got to high school, I played for Top Tier. They're out of McCook, Illinois. Really great program. Lots of we got a lot of exposure, and the dude that runs the program is super connected. So yeah, I was recruited during COVID by Kentucky. And I committed there. I was committed there for like a year and a half. Obviously, they're doing great things. I have nothing bad to say about them. They're doing great. I'm super happy like for their success, and I'm rooting for them. Yeah. So that happened during COVID. Recruiting was weird. It was kind of like this, kind of just like Zoom calls, and they were virtual tours, and it was cool. Like Kentucky was awesome. Like the facilities, unbelievable. SEC, like 16-year-old mind, of course, going to jump at that. And then, things kind of played out. I kind of got older, realized what I was really looking for in a school, and decided that I just committed too fast and needed to open my commitment back up. And, U of A, Arizona it was no doubt was going to be my home once I talked to the coaches.
Yeah, you definitely got a great weather state too. So
absolutely, yeah.
I'll turn it over to Tyler.
Yeah, speaking of Arizona, I saw you had a limited sample size as a freshman, but you took full advantage of a full starting opportunity this year and posted one of the best contact rates in the country. Just really propelled yourself as one of the better bats in this class. Kind of just talk to me about the changes you made for freshman year, sophomore year, and what kind of really paved the way for that to happen.
For sure. The biggest thing, like, I think that you can see on video is I was further than shoulder width apart, little like bent in my knees. And then our hitting coach here, he moved me upright. I think it was maybe the first or second time back in the cages after summer ball. He's like, hey, just try moving upright, see how you feel. I was actually upright in high school. So that I've done it before. I was kind of used to it. And then I think I just needed to adjust to the pace of play of the game because everything was going so fast my freshman year. So less movement, I think, was better for me. But yeah, it was just, go out there and just want to win. That's help the team win in any way. If there's a runner on second and less than 2 outs, get him over. That's the goal. Never trying to do too much at the plate. Never trying to, do more than I can. Honestly, like I'm not going to go up there and hit the ball 400 feet every time, 450 feet every time. Like that's just not who I am. And embracing that and being who I am and not trying to be something I'm not is kind of been a big thing for me. So I think that was big.
Absolutely. And speaking of winning, last Pac-12 at bat, you essentially clinched the Pac-12 championship against Oregon State. Just talk me through that at bat too. Just like, I can't remember if it was a fastball count that you had, but I remember you running it off the wall for like the hardest hit ball of the year. Just talk me through that entire at bat, basically.
Yeah, so top of the ninth, it's 3-3. I kind of got a it was 2-2. It was 2-2. Kind of got to feel like they're threatening. Trotsky and Bazzano are coming up. Like they're probably going to score a run with those two coming up. So I'm in right field. I'm like, I know I'm going to get an opportunity to win this game. Like I know it's gonna come down to it. And it's one of those situations that, like, of course you want to hit a walk-off homer, like everybody's going to go crazy. But I was thinking like walk-off double, top of the ninth. Like this is I'm so serious about this. I was thinking top of the ninth, I'm hitting a walk-off double next inning. I'm going to win this game. So Tommy Spillane gets hit by a pitch. I think there was one out, but Maddox Mikalakis walks, and I come up to bat. New pitcher, scouting report was like 86% slider. And slider's his best pitch. He throws it like 80. He throws it hard, and we were in the cages all week. Like their bullpen, there's a lot of their righties are like short, hard sliders. So we're training short, hard sliders all week in the cages. So I come up and I'm like, this guy's gonna give me his slider like every time. It's his best pitch. Like I know he's gonna go to it. I see it 3 times before I take a swing. Or no, first one I swing at. I'm like, okay, it's a good pitch. Like it's a really solid. It's a great slider. It's hard. I look over the first base box, and our first base coach, Trip Couch, he goes, just breathe. I see him just lip the words, just breathe. Take a deep breath. And everything just slowed down at that point. I was like, okay, I'm getting this done. I know I'm getting this done. And I just waited for the pitch to get it done on and, hit it. Just swung. It was great.
Did you think it was gone off the bat, or?
Honestly, no, because I knew the wind was howling that day. It typically blows from right to left, but it was kind of blowing in, honestly, from right center that day. So it hung like that's the hardest ball I've ever hit in my whole life. I think it was 109.6. And I mean, at any other place, it's probably a homer, but our gaps are like 410 feet. So no, there's no doubters ever.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I do also want to ask you this. Your brother put up an amazing year at Northern Illinois, got signed to an undrafted free agent deal with the Angels after the season. Is there anything that you guys kind of bounce ideas off of, anything you take away from, conversations? Because, I always want to try and look at some family relationships. There's been a few where like father-son, but now we're looking at brother-brother. Kind of just explain, is there anything you take away from anything from him, or is there any pointers or anything like that?
For sure. So honestly, I'd say I've never really had a hitting coach. People have asked me, who's your hitting coach? I'd say my older brother. Like at any time he struggles with something, he'll call me. Anytime I'm struggling with something, I'll call him. So we're always talking about how we're feeling in the box, how our swings feel. It's constant conversation, which is it's such a blessing, because obviously I think you guys probably get it. Like it's always on your mind. Like it's really hard to escape it sometimes. So I think me and Colin have really found a way to channel it sometimes and be like, look, this is the situation. How are you feeling? And we'll do it a couple times a week. It's never too much. I don't think we obsess with it. But yeah, my older brother, like that's my best friend. That's, a hitting coach. He's all of it. Like, and yeah, he's doing great right now. He's actually down here for instructs right now. I think he had a couple doubles yesterday. So he's been killing it too. So
that's awesome. And speaking of which, you had your own scrimmage last night. How did that go?
Yeah, we won 7-1. I was 0 for 3, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 2 stolen bases. Just kind of feeling it out. We're facing a bunch of guys that just finished their AA season too. So it's see where you need to be in a couple of years, and it's good. It was really fun. It's a good experience.
Awesome. Jared, I know you got some questions, so fire them off, buddy.
The one question I always like to ask guys too, what are some of your passions away from baseball, right, that really help you kind of reset from those performances, bad or good, on the field?
Absolutely. Out here, obviously the weather's good.
Mhm.
We'll go to the pool and chill out a lot just because, we have a beautiful pool at the apartment we live at, and it's a good place to hang out, good time to get some sun. I've been really big into, getting sun because I've realized that it's really good for, the mental health, physical health, and it's being with your teammates, obviously nothing better. But I think I'm with my teammates probably 95% of the time that I'm awake. So we're either, getting food, going to practice, hitting, lifting. Like it's kind of all day, every day. But I love it. It's a great group this year too. So it's a really enjoyable group to spend time around.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it. Speaking of that, like, what are some of your expectations for the 2025 season, just both personally, but also for you and your teammates and the Wildcats?
For sure. I think I'll start with the team goals because I think if the team goals, if we hit the team goals, like the personal goals will
Yeah.
obviously be there too. I think undoubtedly we should go to Omaha. We have the roster to do it this year, and we have a blueprint of how to win close games. That was like a big thing for us my freshman year versus last year. Is we really found a way to win those 1-run, 2-run games that maybe they played better than us, or we got a bounce in the 6th inning that at another field we wouldn't have gotten. And we were really fortunate to be able to capitalize off those opportunities this year. So yeah, I think we should definitely be in Omaha this spring, this summer, and I really think we could win the Big 12 too. I think last year we realized we really sold out for the Pac-12 tourney, and we wanted to win that so bad between the regular season and the tournament that we kind of just blew it all. And then we got to the regional, and it was like, we just won such a big game. We just won so many big games that I don't know. Maybe there wasn't a feeling of contentness, but I think we just kind of we ran out of luck almost.
Yeah.
And that happens over the course of a season. We walked off, 9 times last year. So it was our margin for error was small last year, but I think this year, like, again, the roster's super deep. There's a lot more talent, and the culture is I don't even know where to begin. It's unbelievable here because our head coach Chip Hale, it's like everywhere he's gone. The 2019 Nationals that won the World Series, he tells us stories about them every week. How the culture was just like unbelievable. The locker room was just so close. There was nothing getting in between those guys. It felt like a high school baseball team. So I think that's kind of the vibe we have in our locker room too. So I think it's really loose. Everybody just gets to be themselves, and I think that's where magic happens. So for sure.
I love that because, yeah, you can have all the talent in the world, but if that locker room's not all pointing in the same direction, man, it gets tough. So it's awesome to hear that for you guys.
Absolutely.
We're going to go into some rapid fires, just some quick fun questions. The first one is, what's your go-to food spot in Tucson?
Honestly, it's this place called Choice Greens. I get this caprese sandwich. It's
nice
mozzarella cheese, arugula, tomato, and they put this sauce on it. I'm not sure what it is, but it's phenomenal. It's a panini. I'm gonna go pick it up after this. Yep.
Little post interview snack.
Absolutely, you know it.
Love it. What's your favorite sport outside of baseball?
Hockey.
Love it. What's
the college football? Hockey and college football.
Is it what's? I guess I can assume just based on where you're from, but what's the hockey team?
Blackhawks.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Love it. Favorite home run that you've hit so far in your career?
Walk-off home run against UCLA.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you could build your outfield Mount Rushmore, like pick 4 guys that you've looked up to or were some of your favorite to watch growing up or currently right now.
Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Jr.
It's always easy to get the first 2.
I saw you ask somebody else this question, and I was thinking of my answer, and I was like, I'm going to have no idea. Honestly, probably Juan Soto.
Yeah.
And Willie Mays.
Oh, I love it. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the first Willie Mays drop we've heard.
Honestly, Because I love Ernie Banks too, because he's a
Ooh.
Chicago Cub.
Yeah, that's a good one. You probably had the most throwback guys. I think everybody's been gone like either active guys or guys who played like they've watched them.
Right.
So gotta appreciate the throwbacks.
Absolutely.
And the last one is what's the possible go-to walk-up song for 2025?
So last year was Pimp by 50 Cent.
Okay.
There's kind of like there's like a good little like flair to that. There's, people hear that and like, oh, that's a good song. Everybody knows that song. So I gotta top that. I honestly have no idea right now.
I love it.
If I'm gonna be honest, but I'll have a good one. I'll definitely have a good one for sure.
Yeah, I figure you got plenty of time to figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Brandon, well, we can't thank you enough for taking the time to join us on the clock. We're going to be wishing you nothing but the best in this fall and the upcoming season, and we're going to be watching the Wildcats, man.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.